This screencast will show you how to modify the fonts in Blackboard. Sometimes when you're developing a course, you might notice that when you try to put content into an item, you can't modify it and you can't get it to do exactly what you want it to do. And that's most likely because you're probably copying and pasting content out of a Word document or out of some sort of file or format that is creating errant HTML coding and kind of causing some problems for you. So as an example, I'm looking at this Unit 3 reading assignment text, and it's all in Times New Roman, which isn't the end of the world, but it really doesn't look real consistent here with the other items in this unit or across the courses. So that's the aesthetic issue going on here. On the back end, if we click Modify, and once this text box pulls up, if I toggle to the HTML version of this item, there is all sorts of coding in here, and this can become really problematic if we've got too much errant HTML coding happening. It can start causing some real problems for us in Blackboard. So the best thing to do to fix this, if it's already in the course, we can modify it, and I'll show you how in a minute. The best way to avoid this from happening in the first place is really just to develop content right within Blackboard rather than writing it up in a Word document and then copying and pasting. If you are going to do that, the best thing to do is to, if you're going to create it in a Word document, then copy content into Notepad and then paste it into Blackboard, because Notepad clears out all the formatting. So what you'd want to do here is to modify this item is to select all of the content and then copy it. And then if you go back to the HTML version of this text, select all of this and hit delete. And that's just going to delete all of the HTML out of there and clean it up a lot. And then when you're still in this HTML mode, paste the content back in, and now you can see it looks like it's in plain text. So we've done that. Now we're going to go back to the normal mode, and once it goes into plain text, we have a problem because now any formatting that you did kind of has gone away. But all we need to do is just fix that a little bit by re-italicizing these titles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've put all of the titles of the writings back into italics, and then since we've got kind of a long list here, I think it'd be best if we use some bullet points just to sort of set them apart for the student when they're looking at this reading assignment. And then we can also italicize the title of the textbook. And then just to illustrate for you what this did now, if you go back to the HTML, you'll see that the coding here is just a lot less than what it was prior to us making this modification. So we'll go ahead and actually I'm going to capitalize the word C in chapter. And click submit. And now you'll see that the font here is all cleared out and it looks consistent with the rest of the unit. Okay, now we're in Unit 4, and I just want to do this one more time to illustrate exactly what needs to happen here to clean up the font. So we're in Edit View, and we're going to hit Modify. And we're going to select all of the text, and we're going to copy it. You can always use the shortcut Control-C on your desktop on your keyboard rather than the right click if you want. And then we're going to the HTML code. We're going to select all of this. Make sure you don't hit cut, because then you're cutting the text and you've already copied the text. So just hit delete to clear everything out. Control V will paste it back in here. The HTML code will put you back on the main page so that you can format. And once again, we're going to just capitalize the word C for the chapters. We're going to italicize the text. We're going to fix this text. of. And then all of these different works that the students are assigned to read, we'll put the titles of these in italics by selecting and hitting either Control I or using the italics key. Okay, so I italicized all the titles, and then I'm just going to put these in a bulleted list like we did in the other unit. And then scroll down and click Submit. And the reading assignment has been reformatted. It just looks a lot cleaner this way. The other problem that we see here is in the unit discussion board topic, and so we've got two different fonts going on here, which can really be kind of awkward, and it looks like the whole discussion board here is broken, so it's a good thing we're working on this. What I'm going to do is go back to Unit 4, and we're going to copy this, copy the text here, and then since this needs to be a course link rather than a discussion board item, I'm going to add a course link. And it's the Unit 4 discussion. And we're going to paste this in here. And then we're just going to double check to see if the formatting, it looks kind of goofy. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to copy it, and then we're going to go through the same process of selecting all of this, deleting it, pasting it in here. And then we want to bold the word post, and we want to bold the word respond, and then we want there to be a little bit of spacing in here so it doesn't look like one big clump of text. And I'm just going to fix this, post this on YouTube. And we should be all set now. If we click, we have to browse for the unit discussion board where we want to link to, which is the Unit 4 discussion board, and then click Submit. And the new discussion board link should be down here. It's in the correct font. Everything looks nice and consistent. So we're just going to remove the Unit 4 board, and then we can rearrange everything if we want to. And that should be all set. So if you have any questions about any of this, please just contact me. I'll be happy to help.